in this episode of Boatshow.tv. Sarah goes sailing on the Elem LNE5. It's the latest import to the New Zealand yachting scene. Rob Dawson presents the impressive range of Truecut inflatable boats and demonstrates bag to boat in under 10 minutes. Yachting's hard enough when everything goes right, let alone when things go wrong. It's the Year 10 boys and Lion New Zealand. We'll have Club Marine TV, where Tony is going to give us tips on how much rope or chain to use when anchoring at a beach. And much, much more on Boatshow.tv.
So if you're in the mood for something a little bit sporty, we have the Elem LNE5. Now, this is a 40-foot yacht. It's a cruising boat, but it's definitely got a performance orientation. It's built by a Slovenian company. Elem produces a range of other composite and fiberglass products. They make snow skis, they make wind turbines, they make floors for sports stadiums, and they also make yachts. So this yacht has a bit more, as I said, a bit more of a performance orientation, even though it is a cruising boat. Plenty of space here aft in the cockpit. There's a big locker down below and some foot chocks that lift up for steering. Nice pair of carbon wheels. They're very lightweight, feel really good. There's a chart plotter, GPS on either side. The controls for the engine are down here. That's a simple push button operation. And one of the other nice things about this system is that if you are sailing short-handed, you need to run up forward, need to do some adjustment, the steering wheel just locks off and will stay in position there while you use your hands to do whatever you have to do. Yep. Cockpit's well set up for sailing. You've got the main sheet handy there for the helmsperson or whoever's trimming there. Traveller going through the centre, and that's stepped down into the deck so that it's flush to walk through. We've got a pair of primaries for trimming the furling jib, and up here we've got the Harken winches for controlling the keyboards. Also our sail instruments up there, so that's very clearly visible from the helm. And of course, once the sailing's done, next thing you want to do is sit down and have a drink. But before you get the cockpit table up, you probably want to tidy up, get those lines out of the way. The main sheet and the Traveller pop away under the deck over there, and down here we've got a locker for all those rope tails, so they're just tidy and out of the way. The table just rises up out of the cockpit sole, folds out, plenty of room for everyone to sit around and have a relaxing drink. It's nice and safe and easy to go forward to deal with sails and bits and pieces. We've got a generous tow rail. The side of the cabin top here is angled so that when the boat is heeled, you've got a good foot position. It's covered in excellent moulded non-skid, plenty of hand grips as you go forward as well. The other nice thing here is that the lines, the halyards coming after the keyboards have been kept underneath the deck, so there's nothing to catch your foot on up there either. Jib for racing is on a track and also has an inboard barber hauler as well. There's plenty of space up here on the foredeck. The jib is furling, so that's easy to manage. And then right up forward here, we've got the anchor locker for the electric winch for the anchor with foot controls. And also hidden away in here is the extendable prod. When you want to get the asymmetric sails out, actually extend the prod and get some real performance.
In the continuation of our safety advice from Coast Guard, Patrick talks about your responsibilities as a skipper.
Hi, Patrick here from Coast Guard. Part of the joy of owning a boat is being able to open up the throttle on your pride and joy. But just remember that as skipper, you're responsible for everyone on board. So make sure they're all wearing their life jackets in case they get tipped out. And make sure you're staying within the limits of your vessel and experience. While we all enjoy a cold beer occasionally, alcohol and boating just don't mix. The marine weather can change very quickly and can pose a real challenge. You need to stay alert and aware to deal with anything Mother Nature throws at you. Our advice is to stay in control, and you're guaranteed to have a good time with your loved ones, and you'll get home safe.
Whether it's a yacht tender, a family fun boat, or an easy-to-use fishing boat, before you buy one, you need to look at the range from Truecut.
I'm Rod Dawson from Truecut. Truecut is a company that specialises in high-quality portable inflatable boats. This is our Truecut Navigator model. The Navigator comes in 3 sizes, 2.5, 3 metre and 3.5. This is our 3 metre model here. First thing to notice is we make this out of German fabric. This is called Valmex, and this is really high quality fabric made in Germany. All our seams on all our boats are welded, thermo welded, as opposed to glued, which really makes them last a lot longer than glued seams. The floors on all our boats are high pressure inflatable floors. Stiff when they're inflated and easy to roll up when they're deflated. So that's what makes the boat so portable. Now this is the one that we've designed as a yacht tender, which means you can load it up. This 3 metre model has a 500 kilogram carrying capacity, so easy to fit 4 adults and a bit of gear on this. And this boat can take up to a 10 horsepower motor. They come with two seats, 2 oars. Let's take two-piece oars. So when it's in the bag, they're quite portable. And when they're put together, it just goes straight into these Railblazer fittings. So these are New Zealand Railblazer fittings, which take the oars. So great for rowing, and when you're not rowing, these can be used for a fish finder or rod holders or other fittings that Railblazer can supply. In fact, all our boats are based on a catamaran principle. You can see underneath this boat is the tunnel hull. So what that does is make it very efficient, easy planing, low drag, and also really stable. It means all our boats you can stand up in really easily, just because of the amount of buoyancy right on the outside of the boat.
Ford made a great car. Mag and Turbo made it my car.
For 30 years, Boating New Zealand has delivered the best local coverage of launches, trailer boats and yachts with local boats and local conditions. Boating New Zealand from shops, supermarkets, service stations and subscription. Subscribe for the super low price of $87 and get 12 copies of New Zealand's #1 boating magazine, plus get free access to the online version of the mag. Download the Boating Magazine app now from iTunes or Google Play, free on tablet, computer and phone. Subscribe now for this very special offer. Go to our website or ring 0508 692 628 to subscribe now. If you love watching NZBoatshow.tv, then we have a prize for you. Go to NZBoatshow.tv/2016 Coast Guard. Register with your email and mobile and be in to win 1 year's free Coast Guard membership courtesy of NZBoatshow.tv.
Tristram Marine, home of New Zealand's largest boat showroom and manufacturing plant. Tristram Boats, powered by Yamaha. Designed and crafted in New Zealand for all your offshore adventures. Visit tristramboats.com.
Ford made a great car. Mag and Turbo made it my car.
The new generation of cruiser racers are taking the New Zealand yachting scene by storm, offering performance, comfort and amazing prices.
Coming down to the cabin, we've got good handholds here each side and curved steps for coming down if you're heeling. First thing you notice, nice and light and bright, we've got hatches above us, and the splash guard, instead of a solid duckboard, lets in the light without letting in the water. Over here's the galley, pretty standard. We've got a big top-loading fridge there. You can also have a spec to have a fridge freezer there. Double sink here, twin burner stove, storage here, place for the wine glasses, and plenty of storage up here as well. This model has twin cabins aft as well as a forward cabin and a single head here. Generous double each side, plenty of hanging space, just tucking in under the cockpit there. And a generous sized head for the whole family. We've got toilet and shower, plenty of light, plenty of space to get dry. Plenty of room to sit around here in the saloon. We've got some eye-level windows looking out to sea so you can catch a glimpse of the view. Fold-out table, a little bit of storage space in there for bits and pieces. And this bag here on the mast stops any drips from coming down and landing in your drink. There's a decent sized settee on this side too, but when you're racing or you need to work out where you're going, the nav station is easily deployed. This flips over, lifting up here, got your instruments and your VHF and your chart table. And up in the bow is the master cabin. There's plenty of room here and a generous double, light coming in from above and plenty of storage space. Also, if you're so inclined, you can specify the boat to have an ensuite, which would fit here in the corner so that the master suite has its own head. It's nice to go sailing on a cruising boat that actually sails. This style of boat harks back to things like a 1020 or a 1220, where you actually have cruising comfort but also a decent bit of performance. A smaller version of this boat is actually going to sail in the two-handed round the North Island race next year, so that shows you it's not just a boat for going and anchoring up and sitting still on. This boat will really appeal to people who want to be able to go away in comfort but actually want to enjoy the sail on the way there.
Now to Club Marine TV, where Tony is going to give us the lowdown on how much rope or chain to use when anchoring.
Hi, I'm Tony. I'm an ex-professional fisherman. I still fish for pleasure, and I look forward to teaching my grandkids the knowledge that I picked up over the years. William with me today, and he's still got a little bit to learn, but he's keen, and that's what it's all about. Yeah, I think the common problem with anchoring is people anchor too short. And by that I mean they drop their anchor over the side and tie it off. It hits the bottom and they think that's enough. You know, you've really got to have, depending on the depth of the water, the deeper you go, the more you need. Yeah, basic rule of thumb for good anchoring is 5 lengths of rope for every metre of depth. So it's easy to work out. You know, 10 metres, go 50 metres of rope. Okay, so here's a simple little diagram just showing you how the anchor should lay if you've done it correctly with a nice container in it. Back to your chain, back to the anchor. 10 metres of water, 50 metres of rope and chain. Typically when you go out, you'll see people just drop it down, straight down, and expect it to hook up. That isn't going to work. When the conditions deteriorate, strong wind, currents are strong, you might want to go to 8 to 10 to 1. If you work on that, you'll be pretty well right.
The range of inflatable boats from Truecut and some of their innovative features are class-leading. Let's look at more of the range and their claim of less than 10 minutes from bag to boat.
This is our Truecut Discovery model. This is 3.3 metres. We do this in just the one size at 3.3 metres. Again, it's a catamaran boat. Plane's really easy, super stable, great performance and great handling. One of the key features of this boat is this inflatable on-off bow. And what that means is when you're swimming or diving off this boat, when you want to climb back on, you just put 2 hands on the front here, push the bow down to the water and slide on, and it's a much easier boat to get onto than your conventional inflatable boat. This boat also comes with a rope grab all the way along, so it's great for hanging onto when the weather gets a bit rough, and also pulling yourself back onto the boat. And we also have these reinforced grab handles for the passengers. This boat, like all our boats, is very portable, has a high pressure inflatable floor, and will pack down into a bag and takes about just under 10 minutes to set up. This is a Truecut Tactician. This is a 3.5 metre version of the Tactician, and I'm going to show you bag to boat in under 10 minutes. In this case, I'm using the hand pump. We also sell the boats with foot pumps, and an optional extra is electric pump, which halves the time to inflate the boat. Tubes are fully inflated. You fit these lock-in aluminium seats. So that's all the pontoons fully inflated there. Now we've put the inflatable floor in. That makes the floor feel like a solid floor. Definitely adds rigidity to the boat. Put the small outboard on the back. Doesn't take much to power these boats up. In this case, we're using a Honda 2.3 horse. So if I'd used the electric pump in this case, it would have taken about half the time, probably about 4 minutes. So that's just part of our Truecut range of high quality inflatable boats. All our boats come with a 5-year warranty. These are the highest quality inflatable boats that we can build. They're all designed here in New Zealand. Some are made for fishing, others for yacht tenders, others are family fun boats, and we also have a kayak range as well. Truecut, from bag to boat in under 10 minutes.
Ford made a great car. Mag and Turbo made it my car.
For 30 years, Boating New Zealand has delivered the best local coverage of launches, trailer boats and yachts with local boats and local conditions. Boating New Zealand, from shops, supermarkets, service stations and subscription. Subscribe for the super low price of $87 and get 12 copies of New Zealand's #1 boating magazine, plus get free access to the online version of the mag. Download the Boating Magazine app now from iTunes or Google Play, free on tablet, computer and phone. Subscribe now for this very special offer. Go to our website or ring 0508 692 628 to subscribe now. If you love watching nzboatshow.tv, then we have a prize for you. Go to nzboatshow.tv/2016 Coast Guard. Register with your email and mobile and be in to win 1 year's free Coast Guard membership courtesy of nzboatshow.tv.
Tristram Marine, home of New Zealand's largest boat showroom and manufacturing plant. Tristram Boats, powered by Yamaha. Designed and crafted in New Zealand for all your offshore adventures. Visit tristramboats.com.
Ford made a great car. Mag and Turbo made it my car.
When they set out on their adventure in the recent Coastal Classic, the schoolboys, crew and skipper of Lion had high hopes.
Well, it's, you know, Yacht racing is a great leveller. You're up against the elements, obviously other boats as well, the competitive side of it. But you know, with all the forecasting, with all the preparation of your equipment and yourself mentally, you don't know what's going to come. You cannot foresee everything. So it's about tenacity. It's about you know, basically when you get knocked down, picking yourself back up again and carrying on. I felt that if Steinlager was sailed poorly and we sailed our boat to her polars, we'd have a chance of being competitive. Maybe not competitive, but in the hunt. You know, a bit of luck to go our way and a bit of bad luck for them could have put us into Russell about the same time. You can't have a perfect day every day. The boys got 2 solid days training in before the start of the race. They all felt they had an understanding of what was required, but the conditions for the start of the race was something that they hadn't sailed the boat in before. And yeah, there was that excitement that comes from your first proper, you know, coastal race. Obviously, the big sail up, when we got hit with a 35 knot gust, sail wasn't up to it, and that's what happens, you know. The head falls out of the sail and the boys get a lot of work pulling in the prawn net, which put us out the back door even further. So we made the decision after we'd broken some gear that it was no longer really tenable to race the boat competitively and safely. So we changed our plan, and we'd started a yacht race, we'd broken the boat, and then what do? Do we give up and go back to Auckland, or do we continue on and explore the amazing Harry Gulf? We changed our focus from a competitive yacht race to an adventure. You know, sailing boats, you can have everything planned and prepped for, drilled and trained, and it only takes one subtle little change or difference to knock you off your rhythm. It's about adapting to that and stepping up to the challenge of solving the problem. The lessons the boys got were that perseverance is key, tenacity, and not knocking yourself when you're down, you know, picking yourself back up and dusting yourself off and carrying on going. A great percentage of them came away with a far higher respect for what they're tolerable of, what they can tolerate as far as conditions and pressure, being very much outside their comfort zone and still having to work, still having to deliver energy to winches, energy into pulling a sail up or down, even when they're outside their comfort zone. And that's when they're going to learn the most about themselves, you know, what makes them tick. It is when there's a pressure situation, what they take away from it is self-reliance.
Our Boat of the Week segment is back, and we're back with the Sundancer 355 Da Vinci. Tonight's boat is a 2004 Sea Ray Sundancer 355 fitted with twin 5-litre 250 horsepower Mercruisers. It's a New Zealand new boat and is offered for sale complete with tender. The boat has a full set of electronics and is in excellent condition. Price to sell at $165,000. Phone 027 279 4819 or email andrew.gulland@nzboatshow.tv. Coming next week on nzboatshow.tv, Lawrence takes a look at what some people would say is the ultimate in yachting luxury in space, the Laguna 42 catamaran. The boys at Honda Marine continue their development of the radical triple outboard White Pointer. we take a look at another one of Auckland's yacht and boating clubs. We'll have more from Club Marine TV and much, much more when NZBoatshow.tv returns next week. If you missed the TV show, you can watch us on demand at Face TV or at NZBoatshow.tv.
Ford made a great car. Mag and Turbo made it my car.
For 30 years, Boating New Zealand has delivered the best local coverage of launches, trailer boats and yachts with local boats and local conditions. Boating New Zealand from shops, supermarkets, service stations and subscription. Subscribe for the super low price of $87 and get 12 copies of New Zealand's #1 boating magazine, plus get free access to the online version of the mag. Download the Boating Magazine app now from iTunes or Google Play, free on tablet, computer and phone. Subscribe now for this very special offer. Go to our website or ring 0508 692 628 to subscribe now. If you love watching NZBoatshow.tv, then we have a prize for you. Go to NZBoatshow.tv/2016 Coast Guard. Register with your email and mobile and be in to win 1 year's free Coast Guard membership courtesy of NZBoatshow.tv.
Tristram Marine, home of New Zealand's largest boat showroom and manufacturing plant. Tristram Boats, powered by Yamaha. Designed and crafted in New Zealand for all your offshore adventures. Visit tristramboats.com.
Ford made a great car. Mag and Turbo made it my car.